I was born on May 13th, 1998. My mom had a midwife, so I was born at home. I am the younger of two older siblings who are 6 and 7 years older than me. When I was 2.5 months old, my mom was suspicious that something was wrong with me because I stopped crying, was sleeping too long, and having seizures. She took me to the doctor, where after an evaluation and analysis, I was taken to Riley Hospital. Here, I was diagnosed with meningococcal spinal meningitis, one of the worst types of this disease. Everyone who was surrounded by me in days leading up to this was given medication because it is highly contagious. It is almost unheard of for someone with the sickness to recover to the fullest, but my recovery prognosis was perfect. This sickness typically leads to memory loss, lack of concentration, coordination problems, hearing problems, seizures, speech problems, and vision problems. This aligns with John Medina's brain rules with regards to exercise, attention, memory, and vision. While I have minimally struggled with this, I have wondered if it could be effects from the illness or if that is simply how I am wired.
What are you, Isabella? Yeah, but what are you dressed up as?
When I was 2 years old, I was in Maria Montessori's infancy stage in her planes of development, where I had a very absorbent mind. Learning was intense and enlightening, and it really began to take place when I could do and think on my own.
What are you making?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Isabella. Happy birthday to you. What are you doing? Sticking your tummy out?
When I was about 3 or 4, I started entering Jerome Bruner's iconic mode of representation where info was stored visually in the form of images, so diagrams and illustrations were crucial to go along with my speech, so that I had a background of what knowledge regarding what I was trying to talk about.
What do you say to everybody today? Yeah?
As I entered K-5 in early elementary, Lev Vygotsky's zone of proximal development became applicable in my life. Because I was the younger of two older siblings, I had a lot of social interactions, especially with adults and peers who were older than me. This communication skill range that I began to possess was a result of the social interactions that I experienced due to my socialization. My individual skill range was much higher than many of my peers, and this was reflected through my cognitive development and skill set. At this age, I began to mature much quicker and have things such as sleepovers at an earlier age with older friends. This really set the tone for the person that I would become.
When Isabella was 4 years old, she was not started kindergarten yet, but she was the youngest of the family, first of all, so she always copied everything that her brother and her sister did. So whenever she was 4 years old, I had my own hair salon, so she was over in the salon a lot. So she listened to everything all the ladies had to say, and so she was just like this little 4-year-old that thought she knew it all. And so she would repeat everything. And so when she started kindergarten, she said, "Mom, they were reading a story called The Little Red Hen." And I sold Redken products in my salon. She said, "I thought they said Redken, and it's not Redken, it's the Little Red Hen." I was like, oh wow, how many 4-year-olds know what Redken is even? So anyway, she was well above her age, so she was always like that when she was 4 years old, and started kindergarten early just because she was so bored.
As I got older and began to become more fluent with my speech, I had a speech impediment with my R's, and this was not addressed until I was in 5th grade and began speech therapy. This aligns with our special education component as well as the equal opportunity component of American education because I attended my speech classes at an IPS school where we did not pay for my therapy.
Isabel had a speech impediment when she was younger, and I always thought it was funny when she said certain words, so I realized there's something in common with them all, and the thing is that they all had R's that came after the vowels, and so every time she would say any word with an R after a vowel, it would just be funny, because that's how she sounded.
As I began to enter the higher elementary grades and into middle school, I had Jean Piaget's concrete into formal operational stage become very prevalent, where I was able to solve hands-on problems, give presentations to other people, and possess logic and skill as well. I also became bodily kinesthetic, which is body smart according to Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, where I fell in love with an active lifestyle and sports.
Well, Isabel, she wanted to play softball like her sister did. And they played together all the time. I'd come home from work, they'd be outside playing, hitting the balls into the nets or throwing the balls into the nets. And she was really good at it. She played softball. She ended up playing all through high school and had a lot of fun. But it was easy for me as a dad to keep her active.
She was in middle school. She had a lot of independence because she was the youngest of 3 children, so that made her very independent because she always wanted to do things herself, and she did.
As I entered high school, I experienced some of the greatest moments. During these years, my active and social lifestyle lengthened as I was a tri-sport athlete and very extroverted. I was also ready to meet new people, make new experiences, and enjoy the friends that I had. While I was in high school, I started going on a mission trip each summer, first with my Spanish class to Costa Rica, then with my soccer team to Colombia. This ignited a desire in me to explore the world and share my relationship with Christ to others during the process. I decided to attend Butler during the spring semester of my senior year. The people I have met at Butler have helped me figure out what I want to do with my life. While I am an elementary education major, I am minoring in international studies. My international passion aligns with the desire that began in high school, and I am successful at it because of my socialization that has made me fearless when it comes to meeting new people in different societies. Ultimately, God, my family, and loved ones are the people that matter in my life, and I don't know where I would be without them. My desire is to be a light to the world.